This segment of the video series is going to be on communication. Communication. Wow. Communicating with the community, potential donors, current donors, those that you are courting for your major and mega gifts. Wow, this is an area that I see a lot of problems in a lot of places. And with large organizations who have big staff, who have a large fundraising staff. I guess the best thing I can do is give you some examples of how it should not be done, how you should not communicate with your donors. I mean, I want you to communicate with them, but it needs to be done responsibly and in terms of just a good relationship. So, there's never been a time in the world's history that we know of where it's been so easy to communicate quickly in different formats, video, text, voice, by tweeting, by Facebook, YouTube. It's changed. And consumers' expectations of communication has changed. If you're going to get your message across about the mission of your organization, what your organization is doing, how it's impacting the community, successes with particular individuals, where you've been and future plans of where you want to go, these are the things that matter to people. Once you have that organization, once you have that individual thinking about you and your organization, and once that person is able to push you to the top 3 organizations that they think about or that they give to, because you got to be in that top 3 to really move that person to a larger gift, typically, then you're going to want to be communicating frequently, genuinely, and in a very non-predatory fashion. And I have to tell you, it may work. I don't know. I guess people keep doing this because it must work, but it makes me not give to them. And let me give you some examples. I'll leave the names out. I hope they don't slip in. There's this one organization of which I'm a member, and I'm a lifetime member. I never expected when I paid my lifetime dues, I paid it over a period of, I think, a year and a half, but to pay my lifetime membership dues. The amount of junk, stuff they send me nonstop to my mailbox, I don't like it. It's like when they communicate with me, it's asking for money. They send me pens and calendars and calculators and all kind of stuff. I guarantee you they have spent the money that I contributed for my life membership. They've spent that, in my mind, not on helping other individuals who have had the same life experience as me and need advocacy. They spent it on sending me crap. And I have made a decision. I'm not giving them another penny. In fact, if they don't stop, I'm going to write to them and tell them to take me off their list and to take the life membership and do what they will with it, in kind words, and to just quit. Because now I'm offended that they have wasted my money that I gave to them in hopes that it would further their efforts in their organization. They use it just to raise more money. That sounds funny coming from me, someone who works in the fundraising realm and is here telling you about fundraising. And I guess it works for them. They keep shoving the stuff out. If people weren't given money, they wouldn't keep doing it. Obviously, it works. But in my little world, in my mind, where I think it's made me decide I'm not giving them another penny. Not a good idea. If you're going to communicate effectively. If you're going to, I'd feel differently if instead of sending me all that junk, if they would just call me, say, have you thought about another gift? But you know what? I'd like a phone call from them that says, Lance, you're a life member, and we wanted to take just a few minutes to see how are you feeling about veterans today? How are you? What's on your mind? What would you like to see? A phone call. Now, I don't know what it would cost for them to have someone do an outbound call for just a minute. Has to be less than all that stuff they send me. And I would get phone calls like that, and I would probably still be giving them some money because they were nurturing a relationship. So their communication techniques really suck. Now, let's talk about another organization. And again, I don't want to be specific, but it's an institution that has had a big impact on my life. And where I invested a ton of money for myself at that organization. And they send out newsletters by email. It blows my mind. This is an organization with huge budget. And sending out, and every time they send out something, they're asking me, are they in my will? And it's all about giving money. Have you given? It's like no one ever, it's not just an email or a newsletter that says, hey, let's tell you what we're doing. We're going to talk about Mary Jane here, who's a student, and we want to do a few-minute interview and tell you what's going on with her experience here at school. They don't have to say anything about giving money. I know why they're telling me. I'm not stupid. They're going to tell me about the student and what she's doing and how much she's enjoying the campus. And then at the end of that video, it could be very short. They could say something like, and for a couple $1,000s, we could redo the benches here in the quad. So y'all keep that in mind. Just a subtle ask there about just to let me know that a few dollars, who knows, maybe I would write the whole check and say, you know what, those benches look horrible. Here's $2,500. Would you redo the benches, right? But it was in the context of sharing information about the institution, about the student, about the services they're giving. And it's personal to me, and it's video, and it's cheap, and it's easy. What do I get instead? Unbelievable. I get just a flat HTML newsletter that might give me bits of information, but it's not that one big fat ask. And it hits me like a ton of bricks. And I find it disappointing that they won't take the time to do the video. By the way, this particular organization, I have met personally with the individual who's in charge of all of that and shared what I'm sharing with you. I even sent them a little video clip in a little newsletter example saying kind of like this. And this organization has television studios and has been broadcasting since I was there 12 years ago. They've got all the resources, the talent. It would cost them nothing to do except for a little bit of time. Easy to put a video in the newsletter. But what am I still getting? That same newsletter, just asking for money. It's as if everything I said, just like, whoop, unbelievable. And that's the only reason they talk to me. They want money. Communication, folks. If I write a check I sent $50 to a fund. Actually, I didn't. I restricted my money. I sent a check to a school, and I said it's $50, and I said it was for a particular professor. Maybe they have a fund for her. Maybe that's what I did. Anyways, but you know what I didn't get back, which I should have gotten back? I didn't get a letter within 3 to 5 days saying thank you for this gift it's for the Charlotte Reed Fund, a professor who I'll never forget her as long as I live. I love her to death. And I never got a phone call. Nothing. Now, they got that $50 from me. If they would have given me a phone call and asked me and thanked me in that phone call and then called me a couple weeks later and said, Lance, you were faithful in your giving to the Charlotte Reed Fund. Would you consider doubling your gift? Because we can take your credit card right now would you consider giving a few more dollars because we know you love Charlotte Reed and you loved having her as a professor and you care about this issue? See, so they didn't follow up 3 days later, which you should do with all donors that you have their information. They should all get a phone call. Even your minnows need to get phone calls so that they know you're not about just collecting money, that you're about the relationship, that your organization and your mission means so much to them, combined with your donors' interest, even if they've only give you $5. Because remember, you don't know when the minnow's a whale. Whenever they give you that $5, how hard is it, folks, to pick up the telephone? Hi, this is Lance, and you had given to our American Heroes program a couple days ago. And I just wanted to take a moment to thank you personally for your gift. And that we'll be in contact with you later to keep you up to date on what we're doing. But this call was just for me to say thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye. You have no idea what that phone call means to people. We're not getting, as individuals who give money and who are in this community, we're not getting customer service like that. We're not. At least now we're getting follow-up surveys from the banks and stuff. At least there is that reaching out to us. But as an organization that wants to raise money, you want to build a relationship so people will contribute money to your cause, whatever you're doing. Kids' youth camps, seniors programs, veterans assistance, saving souls, bringing people to Jesus, to whatever it is you're doing. You want to make them feel a part of who you are and what you're doing. And the only way to do that is to communicate effectively. And with the great technology we have today, you can sit in front of your computer with the webcam and you can record, even if it's only a minute long. Say something important. Say something that's going on. Say something that builds community and relationship. You click a button, it goes up to YouTube. You take the YouTube embed code or even just the link and you send that out to your donors and say, just wanted to say hi, click here for the video. We want to be personal. We want to be face-to-face. And they'll click on it and they'll see you, just letting them know that you're having a great day down at the Children's Care Center. And have one of the little kids come along and say, hey, say hi, Samantha. Samantha says, hi.